Although one of the most popular musicians of all time, Nicki Minaj's life hasn't always been ideal. Not at all. Minaj, born Annika Tanya Maraj in St. James, Trinidad and Tobago, cemented her reputation as a rap powerhouse with the release of Pink Friday in 2010, which debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 chart. Welcome to the video for today. Join us as we learn more about Nicki, her butt implant, and much more. We'll also be looking for answers to the question of whether the uproar is finally coming to an end. Don't forget to share and like this video. To stay updated on more exciting content, don't forget to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel. Let's go, shall we? Nicki Minaj immigrated to the United States at age 5, but the American dream she had imagined was very different from the reality she found there. The entire move was anything but enjoyable. She was initially given over to her grandmother in Trinidad to raise her. She was in for another unpleasant surprise when she eventually did go to live with her parents. Minaj admitted, "I thought it was going to be like a castle, like a fairy tale, like a white picket fence." She instead got to a house she'll never forget. She recalled that she remembered that the furniture wasn't put down. She wasn't sure why it was piled on top of each other. Minaj had already experienced a culture shock when she first moved to the United States, so when she discovered her parents fighting more than usual, she was in for another shock. She heard her father shouting and screeching as well. In addition, Minaj claimed that her father was verbally and physically abusive, and that soon after they immigrated to the United States, he became a victim to crack. Years later, the rapper recalled attempting to defend her mother in her Queen documentary. She spread her arms wide and said, "When I was a little girl, I used to stand in front of my mother and go like this." Robert Marriage became more violent as his drug and alcohol addiction took over. Carol Maraj, the mother of Nicki Minaj, revealed how terrifying things became when she told The Sun in 2014 that Robert once set their house on fire while she was inside. Things at home became so bad as they deteriorated that Nicki Minaj had violent thoughts toward her father. She continued, "We were afraid for my mother's life because every time he would have a really bad outburst, he would threaten to kill her." This was how she explained what had caused her to have such dark thoughts. The amazing thing is that Minaj is rumored to have forgiven her father, who told Nightline he's been clean and sober for years. Nicki started living in a dream world setting in order to get away from abusive relationships. She continued to go by different names, including Cookie, Tijuku Barbie, and finally Nicki Minaj. Everyone was shocked when Nicki's father returned after cleaning up. When she was in elementary school, Cardi B made the decision to join the choir. Well, she began writing love songs at the age of 12. After that, she decided to continue pursuing her dream of becoming a rapper. Lil Wayne, Beyonce, and Kanye West were some of the artists who influenced her growing up. She then went to Fiorlo H. LaGuardia High School to study performing arts, music, and art. She went in for the music audition and didn't get it because each student had to choose a field to specialize in. She then advanced to the drama. She became pregnant in high school at the age of 14 and had to have the pregnancy terminated. And in 2001, after receiving her degree, she was cast in the off-Broadway production In Case You Forgot. She learned from that experience that it wasn't her favorite field to work in. Nicki worked a 9-to-5 job while pursuing her career in entertainment. She is rumored to have held 15 different jobs. When she concluded that a coping life wasn't for her, she later joined the same musical group as Safari. He served as her promoter, and the two dated until 2014. She quit the group at the beginning of 2000 and began posting her own rapping videos on MySpace. At that point, the CEO of Dirty Money, Fendi, learned about her. She ultimately agreed to a 3-month contract with Dirty Money, which required her to change her name. Her previous name, Nicki Minaj, was changed to Nicki Minaj at her request. Lil Wayne soon became interested in her and requested to meet her. They later worked together on Nicki's Beam Me Up Scotty project. Nicki Minaj claims that Lil Wayne's sexually explicit jokes about her body affected her decision to get butt injections. Nicki claims in an appearance on the Joe Budden podcast that Lil Wayne frequently made fun of her early in her career for having a small butt while hanging out with him. "Social media was just beginning when I started, so I was a lot of people's guinea pigs," she says. "I was one of the first people to be shitted on the internet. It wasn't acceptable to have surgery at all or anything. At that time, I had never had surgery. I had ass shots, which, to this day, I realize, even with me not consulting with anyone to do something like that, how insane that was. And what happened was I kept being around Lil Wayne and them. At that time, you know Wayne, he's always talking about big booties. Wayne would have a new chick in the studio every session." The rapper Supa Bass claims that as these jokes about big butts continued, she was pressured to improve her physique. "I think Wayne, they said stuff sometimes jokingly, but to a young girl or up-and-coming rapper or anything like that, it matters when it's from someone like Lil Wayne. Even if they're joking, they don't know that the person that is there in that room with them is not finding it funny." Nicki has acknowledged getting butt shots, but in a 2013 Extra interview, she refuted having facial surgery. Although the cosmetics and beauty industry makes a lot of money selling goods that make women feel and look good, one unattractive aspect of it all is the effect it has on tens of thousands of women worldwide. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj showed up on Migos' Motorsport, which caused a lot of controversies. Cardi claimed that Minaj altered her verse before the song was made public. Minaj responded in an interview by claiming that Cardi and her husband, Offset, of the Migos, tried to make her seem like a bad guy. The ladies appeared to put their differences behind them shortly after at the Met Gala, and Minaj gave Cardi a $5,000 gift basket of designer goods when Culture was born, but the truce wasn't maintained for long. TMZ cameras captured Cardi cursing and attempting to get past a thick crowd of security to confront Minaj during the rapper's violent fight at a New York Fashion Week party in September 2018. According to a security guard, Cardi left the celebration without a shoe and a knot on her head. Shortly after the altercation, Cardi claimed on Instagram that Minaj had been disparaging her and her child, a claim Minaj later denied on her Queen radio show. "I just want people to know that Tanya Maraj has never, will never, speak ill on anyone's child. The other night I was part of something so mortifying and so humiliating to go through in front of a bunch of upper echelon people who have their life together," she said. "I was in a Gaultier gown, off the motherfucking runway, and I could not believe how humiliated we all felt." Drake has made references to wanting to wed Nicki Minaj at various points throughout their careers, and they even role-played as such in her Moment for Life music video in 2011. After she dumped Queen, it seems, however, that their relationship may have changed from faintly, eerily incestuous brother and sister in fighting to full-on bitter enemies. During her connection with Meek Mill, she and Drake had a brief rift that caused them to stop talking. Even though they later made up, Drake told DJ Semtex that he really had no regard for Meek Mill, and that the real reason for the argument was Minaj. Meek and Drizzy were seen hanging out together after Minaj and Meek split. Well, in addition, Minaj made crude jokes about Drake in Barbie Dreams in a bar that I won't mention here, though she later said she was just joking about it. And to top it all off, Drake was seen hanging out with Travis Scott, Queen's rival on the charts, not long after her song dropped. Does the drama between these two ever end? Musicians Kanye West and Nicki Minaj have won awards. For the song Monster in 2010, West worked with Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Bon Iver, and Nicki Minaj. This song has received praise from fans worldwide and millions of Spotify plays since its release. According to The Roop, Ye's decision to delay the release of New Body, which featured Minaj, in favor of releasing Jesus is King earlier in 2019 may be one of the reasons. Another reason might be his current backing of Cardi B. Kanye West unfollowed Nicki Minaj on Instagram. West unfollowed Minaj on Instagram due to her remarks at the Essence Festival. He hasn't addressed Minaj jab directly, though. On Instagram, Minaj continues to follow West as of July 16th. Kanye West is not the first celebrity to have a beef with another celeb. Before we end today's video, what do you think about Kanye West being mean to other celebs? Hit the comment section below and share your thoughts until we meet in the next video. Toodles!